lifetime. Your home is probably your single biggest investment, so you really want to focus on, not on price, but on real value. And if you do that, you'll have a lovely remodeling experience.
Thanks for visiting today, Brian. And check out these outstanding savings.
Call now and get 75% off installation, plus a free upgrade to stylish black fixtures. And make no payments for 1 full year. Call 1-800-Tundraland or visit us at tundraland.com.
My knees started to hurt. It got so bad I couldn't walk very far. When I came in for my first consultation, he told me he'd get me back. They treated me well, and they came through on their promises.
Many people are told they need a new hip or knee because they're bone on bone. But if there's just a sliver of cartilage left, we can help.
It's a whole lot better than it was when I started this program.
Call 844-200-PAIN to schedule your no-cost consultation.
Straight ahead, a warning from the DNR on eating fish from some local lakes. We'll hear about their high levels of PFAS.
Plus, an expansion of the iconic Ice Age Trail has been approved through One Northwoods Town. We'll have more on that project.
And we'll take you behind the scenes on what happens when someone calls 911. We'll have the details as your local news starts right now.
News Watch 12 with Dan Hagan, Jessica Jukic, and Jeff Weller.
Good evening and welcome to News Watch 12 at 5. I'm Dan Hagan.
And I'm Jessica Jukic. January weather has been abnormal so far with above average temperatures and more rain than snow.
But that will change tonight. Chief Meteorologist Jeff Weller joins us now. Jeff, it seems pretty calm out there right now, at least.
Yeah, I have great news, though, for snow trails and some pretty bad news, though, for travelers as a winter storm is on the way. Already a winter storm warning is in effect for us late tonight through tomorrow in anticipation of snow, and that snow could be locally heavy late tonight and then early parts of tomorrow. Okay, out there right now, like Dan said, we're looking pretty good across our region currently. It's quiet now, but this will change tonight here in Minocqua as snow is on the way and probably a pretty good snowfall before sunrise tomorrow morning. So the bulk of this system now is just beginning to enter the picture here across parts of Kansas and Nebraska. That is all heavy snow moving just like this toward Wisconsin. In fact, look at this thing. It's an upper level low. It has lots of energy, lots of moisture. We could see thunder snow overnight tonight and 1 to 2 inch per hour snowfall rates around sunrise tomorrow morning. Road crews cannot keep up with that. So already several school closings across our area for tomorrow. Our forecast, though, for tonight, though, we're talking about cloudy skies, snow after midnight, snow locally heavy at times through tomorrow morning. Your full forecast is coming up. Dan and Jessica.
Thank you, Jeff. A new report shows freshwater fish contain elevated levels of PFAS, and now the DNR is warning about that problem in area lakes.
The DNR and the Wisconsin Department of Health Service has announced a fish consumption advisory for Lake Wausau. The DNR recently did a study showing that PFAS were found in several fish species sampled from both Lake Wausau and the Stevens Point flowage. The advisory for Lake Wausau stretches from the Wausau Dam downstream to the Schofield and Rothschild Dam. The advisory also includes the Big Rib River until the Highway 29 overpass. There is also an advisory for the Stevens Point flowage stretching from the Dew Bay Dam until the Stevens Point Dam. The DNR says people should limit eating black crappies, bluegill, rock bass, and yellow perch species of fish to 1 meal a week for both bodies of water.
Wisconsin Democratic senators are calling for the Republican Senate Majority Leader to remove a Wisconsin election official who came under fire for comments about minority voter turnout in Milwaukee. 10 of the 11 Democratic senators in Wisconsin have signed a statement asking Senator LeMahieu to rescind his appointment of Commissioner Robert Spindle. Spindle said in an email newsletter that Republicans, quote, can be especially proud of a lowered turnout in Milwaukee during the 2022 election, with the major reduction happening in the overwhelmingly black and Hispanic areas. LeMahieu and Spindle have not commented on the matter.
2 police officers in Racine were shot early this morning during a standoff. The Racine police sergeant says they got a call around 10:45 last night about a gun being fired during a domestic violence issue. A woman came outside and said that her husband was inside with their 2 children. After an hour of talking to the man inside, police say he shot at the officers. 2 officers were hurt but are expected to survive. Officers shot back, but the suspect was not hurt. He was eventually arrested and taken to the hospital. The children were reportedly not hurt during the altercation.
A barred owl was recently admitted to the Raptor Education Group, or Reggie, in Anago. The owl was found by a DNR officer in Wood County after he was hit by a car. On Sunday, the owl was taken by a volunteer to Reggie. According to Reggie's Facebook page, the owl is suffering from extensive head trauma and internal bleeding. He was treated with vitamin K to help control the bleeding and to help replenish his fluids. Audrey from Reggie says that the owl is doing better and they believe the internal bleeding has stopped. They're hoping for a positive prognosis. Audrey wants to thank everyone involved for their efforts to bring in the owl.
A public involvement meeting just got underway at Rhinelander City Hall to discuss future road work on Highway 8. The meeting is scheduled to last until 7. According to the Wisconsin DOT, the proposed project is to improve a 6-mile stretch of Highway 8 between 47 and County P. The project is expected to begin in 2024.
The Ice Age Trail stretches 1,200 miles across Wisconsin, and it's expanding. Anago City Council approved a plan to build a new segment. The new loop is the first step in linking the Plover River and Kettle Bowl segments. Currently, hikers have to walk 25 miles along the side of the road between the segments. Sarah Repp from the Anago Parks Department is excited about the new addition.
Work together to put in a route that's going to accommodate all the different uses, the ones that we currently have here at the single track trail, and then for the future for the Ice Age Trail hikers.
Rep says the project comes at no cost to taxpayers because the Trail Alliance is donating all materials and volunteers are donating their time. Joe Peck is one of the volunteers and explains how each segment is maintained.
The idea of segment stewards came into the picture, and they go out and maintain the trail when they're able and willing and available.
Layout of the trails will begin later this year. They hope to complete the project by 2025. Most jobs aren't a matter of life and death, but a dispatch center handles those sorts of emergencies every day.
And communication is key. Dispatch workers have to be prepared for whatever situation comes up and give clear, concise directions to emergency responders. Newswatch 12's Morgan Johnson joins us live in the studio to give us a behind-the-scenes look into a local dispatch center. Morgan?
An estimated 240 million calls are made to 911 in the U.S. each year. I went to a local telecommunications dispatch center and found out what exactly happens when a call comes in and how technology is saving lives. The Oneida County Telecommunications Department has a set of standards, but employees like Brandy Gray know it's never the same process.
Each call is different.
Whether it's a car accident, a serious injury, or a mental health-related call, she proceeds with caution.
If you've ever called before, one of us is getting the information and someone else is listening and then dispatching the resources they need. So if it's a fire, they're sending the fire department. If it's an accident, we're sending an ambulance.
The dispatch center takes police, fire, and EMS calls. Gray says the number of calls they receive depends on the weather.
Just really depends on what Mother Nature throws at us.
Luckily, the dispatch center benefits from emerging technology because it helps people to get to safety faster.
We see a large trend with like the crash apps and like Apple Watches with getting 911 calls from those types of things, which are a great resource for us because they usually give us like a location. So sometimes we're able to get help to people faster.
Overall, the dispatch center gets around 30,000 calls each year. 7,000 to 8,000 of those are 911 calls. No matter what kind of call it is, Gray knows she's a valuable asset.
I've been doing it about 9 years now. I like that I'm helping others and making a difference.
With the upcoming severe winter weather in the area, drive with caution so you can avoid having to call 911. We'll be right back after the break.
This portion of Newswatch 12 is brought to you by Slumberland.
Get me home to my baby. I promise.
Was that your plan? Replace us with robots? I trust my hands and my instincts. You're fired.
What if something explodes?
Stella, we don't have time to debate this.
Maybe we shouldn't work together.
People tell me things in here.
Give me a name.
I will, if you promise to come back.
There's a reason we're called People's State Bank and not the first bank of this or the big bank of that. It's because we share this community and the values that make it better and dream that our kids and yours will grow up happy. We know these roads as well as you do, and we're glad to travel them with you. When you think about it, it's really pretty simple. We're your kind of people. We just happen to be bankers. And that, more than anything, is what brings us together.
Does your home have a crawl space? When cold weather arrives, that can mean cold floors, frozen pipes, and higher energy bills. Protect your family and keep the cold air out this winter with crawl space encapsulation by SureDry. Encapsulation keeps your crawl space clean, protects pipes, and insulates your home so floors are warmer and energy bills are lower. An encapsulated crawl space means a nicer home. Call SureDry and schedule your free estimate today.
Huge auction, Merrill, Wisconsin. Polaris ATV, high-end home content, sauna, mopeds, dirt bikes, tools, pool table, and more. Contact Brass and St. Louis Auctions for details.
Take it away, boys. In Vietnam, a grenade took my ability to see. Today, I'm a sculptor. My victory is bringing beauty into the world.
DAV helps more than 1 million veterans every year. Support more victories for veterans. Go to DAV.org.
You're watching NBC 12 from where you live.
Our well-advertised winter storm is still on the way. In fact, snowfall amounts today ticked up just a bit for late tonight and throughout the day tomorrow. Again, great news for our snow